tucks up for... Oh, you guys already did that for me. Yay! Hi, Fly Mom. Good. Hi, Tweety. Hello, Tim's Princess. Hello, Sonia. Tweety there. All of our mods. All of our friends. Hi. What?
Is Steve around?
Yeah, you want to come to him? Let me, I'll have him go to that
Okay.
door. Steve? Angie?
Yes.
You can go in if you want. He's coming to that door.
Okay. Thank you. Cute. Awesome.
That's very cute. That's it?
What?
That's all you have?
What? For what?
Yep.
Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, you know what? Honest,
Do you know how many I have 4?
honest to goodness. She can wait a whole day if she has to. Come on, I wanna know.
Cookie Monster. See you later.
All the way.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, maybe, maybe,
Maybe.
yeah.
Did you talk to Jackie?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I got me a note. I wrote me a
Okay.
note, so I won't forget.
She'll talk to you later.
I don't think I'll
Later.
forget. Okay, our book. There, I'm short. See, look, isn't that awesome?
No, that's okay. She wanted something.
So that is what we're going to read tonight. So this is a story, and oh, I'm missing one part. Hang on. Oh, did I bump your nose?
What is it Gary says? Do or do not. There is no problem.
Okay, and we are ready. Yes, that's SF. Rose F. We know Rose. Isn't that awesome? So this is by Cindy, and it is called FFRC Splash Park Adventure. And for any of you that know Defiance a little bit, we have the Defiance Splash Pad park right down the road from here. And it's brand new last summer. And it's free to everybody that goes to it. It's just full of all kinds of fun water things. And that's what I think Cindy based this on. And there's Walter.
Did you know there's a Z out here?
A Z? A Z? Oh my gosh, she must have got off when I opened it.
She was just sitting here yelling at me. And
Oh my gosh. What's that?
Can you have me in school? Please?
There was a Z. Beth says it so calmly.
well, I didn't know if you'd like let her out.
I never let him out, never.
Well, I didn't think so, but you know.
Oh, there was a Z out. She must have got out the door. Why
She
she's
never
freaking
come
out.
out.
That's
She was,
that
just,
was
she was just sitting here, just
at the door.
meowing.
So there's Walter and Elma, Coralie, Rachel's there, Spiker, Ramsey, and Magic. I think that is magic at the wheel. Oh boy.
Better than Pontiac.
Better than Pania, that is very true. So this book, this is the book that we're going to read tonight because it is a little bit longer. Last week I was able to get 3 books in. This one is a longer book, so it'll take a little bit. And don't forget, Friday at 2 o'clock is our royalty coronation at 2 o'clock. And then when we're done with that, which we're going to do the second runner-ups now too, and the first runner-ups, and then the king and the queen. And then afterwards, Cindy has also written another story, and it's about a Valentine romance here at FFRC. So that will be fun.
And after that,
There's
there's a surprise.
oh,
So stay tuned for the surprise after that.
do I know the surprise?
No.
Oh, okay, there is a surprise according to Beth. It's like, I was saying, do I know what that is? Am I supposed to know? But after we're done reading this book, I do have a surprise for you guys. All right? Ramsey, the Rambo, is taking a break from driving. He got a speeding ticket. All right, let's get going here. And he wants me to pay it, and I told him, no, you get busy doing a job. FFRC Splash Park Adventure. I got a bed down here by Cindy G. This book is dedicated to the, oh, I like this. This book is dedicated, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. The kitties are on my stuff. Boxes are tomorrow, girl. To the greatest place on earth, this place is known as FFRC, or Friends of Felines Rescue Center. It is a place where anything is possible. I have not read this. Remember, I like to read these the first time with you all. All this takes place because of Jacci Moss, the guardian angel of cats, and her extraordinary volunteers. Awesome volunteers. FFRC welcomes all cats, whether they are young and just starting out, old, and looking for a place to retire, healthy or handicapped. I would like to tell you a story about the handy-capable. These cats are known as the residents. Some have CH and some have physical injuries, but all are handy-capable. It was a hot sunny day in Defiance, Ohio, and DeRachel and his pals, Magic, Coralie, Ramsey, Spiker, Walter, and Elmar were hanging out at FFRC. Every now and again, they think up fun things to do. On this particular day, they were all thinking of something they could do to cool off from the summer heat. DeRachel was the chief, so he always made sure Mama Jacci would be on board with whatever they wanted to do. But this time, Mama Jacci was on vacation. After a couple hours and a jar of temptations, they decided they wanted to head down to the splash park. Coralie said, I don't know, guys. Mama Jacci might not agree with this. Ramsey loved the idea. He just nodded and said, let's do it. DeRachel thought for a moment and said, it does sound like fun, but how will we get there? I know, shouted Walter. We can take Mama Jacci's GMC Canyon truck. Uh-oh, they're in trouble. Oh, I don't know about that, Walter said Spiker. Who will drive it? Hold it, said DeRachel. Wait 1 minute. Are you saying we should borrow Mama Jacci's truck? Yeah, Magic can steer, while Coralie works the gas and brakes, said Walter. Piece of cake. Speaking of food, can we take a case of lickables with us in case we get hungry? Asked Elma. After some thought, DeRachel agreed to the idea, but at the same time he felt a little bit guilty. What if Mama Jacci gets mad? Oh, come on, DeRachel, said Magic. She loves us. She just wants us to have fun. I'll just have to do some magic, he laughed. Let's do it, they shouted. Ramsey was so happy he nodded with excitement. Okay, everyone, now we need to plan this little adventure. Coralie offered to help with the planning since she is the queen of FFRC. And well, let's face it, DeRachel is the king. The next morning, DeRachel and his pals gathered on the rug in the main area after breakfast and planned the details of their day trip to the splash park. First, we need to pick a day, said DeRachel. Spiker chimed in and said, how about Friday? They all talked about it and decided that Friday would be perfect. I have an idea, said Magic. I will charm them with my cuteness. The volunteers are going to be cleaning, so right after lunch, when we move to the other room, that's when I'll get their attention with my charm, while you make a break for the truck. How will you do that? Asked Ramsey. I'll just keep tapping them on the back of their leg until they pick me up. When they do, you make a break for it. How will we get Ramsey to the truck? Asked Spiker. I know, I can get the wagon from the barn, said Walter. Good idea, said Coralie. Once you get the wagon, we can load him into it. We can put the towels and bathing suits on the bottom to make him more comfortable. How does that sound, Ramsey? That sounds awesome. Woo-hoo road trip, he said. Alma pointed out that they needed to get the lickables into the truck. Oh, she's worried about the lickables, isn't she? No problem, said Walter. We can put them in the wagon with Ramsey. DeRachel was impressed with how quickly the plans came together. Now they just needed to make it happen. I think we have all the bases covered, said Coralie. DeRachel went over the details for a few minutes just to be sure they weren't forgetting anything. One missed detail. Okay. Can I use your back? Thank you. One missed detail, and they could be busted. Oh, wait, said Coralie. We need the keys. That's easy, said DeRachel. Mama, Jacci keeps them on her desk next to Magic's bed. After breakfast on Friday, Magic can scoot in there and grab the keys. Sounds like a plan, D-Man, said Magic. I got it covered. Can anyone think of anything else we may have missed? Asked DeRachel. I thought of something, said Spiker. We have to make sure that we are back on time for dinner. We can't be late. Good thinking, said DeRachel. We can use the clock in the truck to check the time, and if that doesn't work, we will just use our bellies. That always tells us what time it is. Yeah, that's right, said Coralie. When I get hungry, I turn into a diva. And she does with her pretty eyes. Alma agreed with that and said, that's why we are bringing the lickables so we can have a snack. Lickables are one of my favorites next to little soup, said Ramsey. Boy, Cindy knows these kitties. Yummy. Well, guys, I think we are ready for our trip to the splash park on Friday, said DeRachel. Hey, wait, tomorrow is Friday, said Alma. Yeah, you're right, said Magic, and I hear it's going to be 87 degrees with wall-to-wall sunshine. Yippee, they all shouted. This is going to be a great trip. Let's keep our paws crossed that it all goes according to plan. After a long day of planning, it was getting late, and they were all yawning, so they turned in for the night. Sleep tight, everyone. We have a big day tomorrow, said DeRachel. Night, they said. It was 4 a.m., and 2 of the volunteers arrived for the morning shift. One by one, they all woke up and wandered out to the main area for breakfast. DeRachel usually sleeps on the rug in the main area while the others have their favorite beds. Magic zoomed on over to DeRachel and whispered in his ear, Hey, D-Man, it's Friday. DeRachel winked at him and said, Be cool, don't let on that anything is going on, and make sure that the others play it cool too. You got it, said Magic. The volunteers started their daily routine of giving meds, feeding, and cleaning. They had quite the routine down. It was something like meds first for those that needed them, and then the little whippersnappers got fed, followed by the residents, Cobies, Barneys, Porchies, and Firecats. While they are all being fed, cleaning begins. Coralie sashayed over to DeRachel and said, Morning, D-Man, is everything ready for the big day? I think so, he said. Are you? You bet. I could hardly sleep, she said. It was turning out to be a beautiful day, too. The sun was shining and the temperature was climbing. It was forecast to be close to 90 degrees. Breakfast was being served, so that meant right after, Magic was to go and grab Mama Jackie's keys off her desk. When Magic finished his breakfast, he made his way to Mama Jackie's office. I'll just lay in my bed for a while so the volunteers think I'm taking a nap. Then, when the coast is clear, I'll snag those keys." Shortly after, Magic made his way back to the main area with the keys in his paw. He did it. He went over to Rachel and whispered, "I got 'em." "Awesome," said Rachel. Walter is heading outside to get the wagon for Ramsey, and Coralie is gathering the towels and bathing suits. "Sounds good. We can put everything in the wagon and leave it outside where no one can see it until we are ready to leave," said Magic. They still had several hours before they could hit the road, so they figured they would play a game. "Anyone up for a game of hide and seek?" asked Coralie. "Sure," they said. "Is it okay if all the kittens play too?" asked Alma. "Why not? The more the merrier," said Coralie. They all gathered on the rug in a circle while Coralie explained the rules of the game. Rachel offered to do the seeking while everyone else separated to hide. "Okay, ready, set, go!" All at once they scattered like marbles on the floor, some going this way and some going that way. Meanwhile, Ramsey had a plan. He would flip out of the bed and zip into the red cube where he could hide under the blanket. Rachel stood in the corner with his eyes closed and counted 22, 23, 24, 25. "Ready or not, here I come." He wandered around like a security guard, patrolling the area, looking for everyone. After several minutes, Rachel thought everyone was located. "Hey, wait a minute. Has anyone seen Ramsey?" asked Spiker. "Here I am," as he popped his head up from under the blanket. I win, nobody found me," as he bounced around with excitement. "We have a winner." Rachel raised Ramsey's paw in the air as if he were a boxer in the ring. "He's the man." "What do I win?" he asked. "You win a box of little soups and a jar of temptations." "Let's make some noise for the little guy," said Rachel. Everyone started cheering. "Yay, Ramsey!" It was now 9:30 a.m., and the kittens went to take a nap while Rachel and his pals gathered on the rug for a quick meeting. "Is everything all set, you guys?" asked Rachel. "Yup," they replied. "I'm going to run down the list. Let me know if we have everything. Wagon, check. Lickables, check. Towels, check. Bathing suits, check. And keys, check." Ramsey was so excited about his winning little soups that he wanted to take one with him for the road. "And a little soup for Ramsey, check. This is going to be so much fun," they said. "Hey, Magic, do you even know how to start the truck?" asked Walter. "Sure I do. You put the little key thing in the slot on the side of the steering wheel and turn it until you hear the engine turn over. Then Coralie will step on the brake while I put it in drive. Easy peasy, guys." "Where did you learn that, Magic?" asked Spiker. "I saw Mama Jacci do it. She took me with her once to PetSmart." The splash park is only about 2.5 miles from here, so it shouldn't take long to get there. As lunchtime approached, the gang grew more and more anxious with each passing moment. "Boy, time sure is dragging," said Alma. "Yeah, any other time you blink and it's the next day," said Rachel. "The only other time it flies by is when you know you have a vet appointment, and that's because you don't want to go," said Spiker. "It's so not a good time. You get put in this compact box with holes in it for air, and then you go for a ride in the truck to get there. After that, the real fun begins. Some person in a scrubby shirt with a pair of earphones," that must be the stethoscope, "around their neck, puts a short, skinny object in your bum, and waits for it to read a number. Then they put those funny earphones in their ears and put the other end on your chest. Brr, it's cold. Those earphones they wear," Spiker, "is called a stethoscope. It's for listening to your heartbeat," said Rachel. "And the short, skinny object is called a thermometer. It takes your temperature." "Who needs a stethoscope when my heart is pounding so fast and loud I can hear it myself?" said Spiker. "Well, no need to worry about that anytime soon. This is definitely going to be much more fun," said Rachel. It was now 11 o'clock and the volunteers were getting ready to serve lunch. "Okay, guys, assume positions." And then when they start cleaning after we eat, we will move to another room, and that's when Magic does his thing. They all gathered around to get their food, and Rachel mentioned not to eat too much in case they got car sick. Just eat enough to take the stomach grumbling away. We have snacks for later in case we get hungry. Roger that, D-Man, said Walter. A short while later, the gang finished eating their lunch and headed to the kitty cabana while the volunteers began their next round of cleaning. The kitty cabana was one of the rooms that was close to an outside door, and that was just what they needed for a quick escape. DeRachel saw Magic and gave him the thumbs up. Where is Ramsey, Magic? He is on his way. One of the volunteers was getting him. Here he comes now. The volunteer put Ramsey on a nice comfy bed and then left. Ready, Magic? Asked DeRachel. Ready. Magic zoomed back out to the main area and over to where the volunteers were and went up to one of them standing at the counter and started tapping at her leg. Tap, tap, tap. The volunteer looked down at Magic, but then quickly went back to what she was doing. Magic did it again. Tap, tap, tap. No response quite yet, so he did it again, only a little harder. Tap, tap, tap. In the meantime, Coralie and Alma were peeking around the corner watching Magic while Walter snuck out the cabana room and through the front office door to get the wagon. DeRachel stood at the door and held it open so Walter could get the wagon inside. Phew, let's get Ramsey. They had to work together to get him into the wagon. Spiker, I need you to hold the wagon still while Walter and I lift Ramsey, said DeRachel. They got him into the wagon and then went to get Alma and Coralie. How is Magic doing? Asked DeRachel. He's doing great. It's working, said Coralie. Finally, the volunteer bent down and picked Magic up. Bingo. That was their cue to get out to the truck. Okay, dude, stop it. Come on, why don't you read with me? Huh? They darted into the front office and wheeled the wagon towards the door. Spiker leaned on the door to open it as they pushed the wagon out and towards the truck. DeRachel used the remote to open the door. One push of a button. Come here. You little stinker pot. Okay. DeRachel used the remote to open the door. One push of a button, and it not only unlocked, but it opened as well. Wow, what a feature, he said. Spiker carefully pulled himself up into the back seat while Walter and DeRachel lifted Ramsey in. DeRachel then helped Coralie and Alma into the truck. All they needed to do was get the wagon into the back of the truck. Thankfully, the tailgate was down, so Walter climbed carefully into the back so he could help DeRachel lift it. Okay, DeRachel, I got the front. Lift the back and push it, and I'll pull it forward. Easy, buddy, easy. A little more. It's in. Now all they needed was Magic, since he was the driver. Suddenly, the door to the front office flew open, and Magic zoomed out like a rocket. Here I am, he said, as he slid into the front seat. Everybody ready, he asked. We're ready, they said. Let's go. Buckle up for safety. There's precious cargo on board. Magic took the keys from DeRachel and slid them into the ignition. He turned the key and listened for the engine to turn over. It started. It's your turn, Coralie. I need you to hold the brake down while I shift it into drive. Golly, he's so smart. Coralie pushed on the brake as Magic moved the shift to D. Atta girl. Now take your foot off the brake and push gently on the gas pedal. Easy, a little more gas. The truck started to move forward and they inched towards the road. Brakes, please, Coralie. She took her feet off the gas and gently pressed the brakes. Magic looked both ways before pulling out to Power Dam Road. Gas, please, he said. He turned the wheel so he could turn onto the road. Little more gas. Coralie pressed a little more on the pedal. Keep it under 35 miles an hour, said DeRachel. We don't want to get stopped for speeding. Alma was so excited she was dancing in her seat. Anyone for music, she asked. She reached over and turned on the radio. Just then, a song came on. And it was a song Magic wanted to dedicate to Mama Jackie, all for saving his life. Guys, listen to this song. It's for Mama Jackie.
Okay. Go away.
Okay, there it is. This. You know that song? I know that song. Mm-hmm. The book was written by one of our viewers.
Is it
Cindy.
Cindy Jean again?
Mhm.
She's coming. Oh. She took a shot the other day.
She did.
I didn't think it was a secret since she said it.
Okay. Wow, that's a pretty cool song, isn't it? Magic's in there. Aw, that's really sweet, Magic. We all feel the same way about her, too. She saved us all, and we love her, said to Rachel. Gee, Magic, that song kind of fits both of you. Mama Jackie and you both have a magical way about you, said Coralie. You're too kind, he said. They sat quiet for a minute, listening to the radio and thinking about how much they missed Mama Jackie when suddenly Ramsey said, Are we there yet? Almost, about another mile or so. How am I doing, Magic asked Coralie. You are doing great. They were all excited and couldn't wait to get there. Once we arrive, we should put our bathing suits on in the truck, said to Rachel. We can all help each other out. Deal. Sounds good, D-Man, they said. Brakes, please. Coralie, I just have to pull into the parking lot. Magic turned on a signal. Oh, good boy. Gas. Easy does it, Coralie. Okay, now brakes. He pulled in and parked the truck. We're here. We made it. Yippee, they shouted. Spiker leaned out the back window and grabbed the towels and bathing suits. Time to suit up, said Spiker. The boys wore swim trunks and each had a different color. Who wants the blue one? I do, said Walter. The girls had bikinis. Oh, Alma had pink and Coralie had purple. Okay, Ramsey, you're next. He was just bopping around in a seat. Ramsey gets the red Speedos because he doesn't like droopy drawers. Coralie helped him put his bathing suit on. He looked so cute in them. Look at you, Ramsey, rocking them red Speedos. You've got a real cute hiney, she said. Elma helped Spiker put his trunks on and then helped the D-Man with his. Are you all set, Magic, with your bathing suit? Asked Coralie. Good to go, he answered. The gang all had their bathing suits and towels ready. Let's go, said Magic. The back door to the trunk swung open and out jumped Walter. He was ready to help the others out. Magic got out on his own from the front seat. He was good like that. Come on, D-Man, I got you, said Walter. He then helped Coralie, Alma, and Spiker out, and last Rachel and Walter had to get Ramsey. Aren't they good buddies to help each other? They went to the back of the truck to get the wagon down. Here it comes, D-Man. Got it? I got it, said to Rachel. Lower it slowly. They managed to get it down without any mishaps, and they wheeled it over to the back door. Ready, Ramsey? They lifted him off the back seat and put him in the wagon. Woo-hoo, he shouted. This is fun. I think we are all set, said Magic. What about the lickables? Asked Alma. We need to leave those in the truck for now. When we get hungry later, we can take a break, and I will come get them, he said. Okie dokie, said Alma. Who wants to pull Ramsey? I will, said to Rachel. Hang on, here we go. He was so excited. Faster, D-Man. Relax, Rambo. I don't want you to fall. Where should we go first, guys? The splash pad, the big tall sprinklers, or the playground? Asked Spiker. Let's go to the sprinklers, they said. They headed over with the wagon in tow. Okay, everyone, make sure you leave your towels on the bench or they will get wet, said to Rachel. He just takes care of all of them, doesn't he? They piled their towels up and headed for the sprinkler. Yow, this is cold, but it feels great, said Walter. Coralie and Alma went under together while Spiker made a mad dash under it. Rachel pulled the wagon and then stopped directly underneath it. Ah, feel that, Ramsey. It's nice and cool, said Rachel. Yeah, this feels so good, he said. Leave me here for a while, okay? Okay, said Rachel, but not too long. I don't want you to turn into a prune. Ramsey loved that the wagon started filling with water so he could splash around. Come on, Magic, it's your turn, they shouted. Magic zoomed under the sprinkler and sat for a minute. Wow, this feels refreshing. They all had a blast running in and out of the sprinkler. They even played a game of Marco Polo. Coralie helped Ramsey when they played the game since it wouldn't be fair to leave him out. Walter closed his eyes and yelled Marco, while everyone else shuffled around and yelled Polo. The object of the game was basically like tag. You had to find them by listening for the direction of their voice. Coralie kept Ramsey moving in the wagon. Aw, Coralie, that was so nice of you. So Walter wouldn't find him. They played the game for what felt like hours and then decided to take a break. Snack time, they shouted. Go get the lickables and the little soup, please, said Alma. She's very concerned about her food, isn't she?
And very polite.
And very polite. Very polite. Magic headed over to the truck to get the snacks. He couldn't believe how much fun they were having and what an awesome day it turned out to be. He grabbed the lickables and the little soups and headed over to the picnic tables. Come on, guys, come over here so we can have our snack. They all headed over to the picnic table while Rachel pulled Ramsey over in the wagon. Is everyone having a good time? Asked Magic. Yeah, they shouted. Ramsey bounced around wildly in the wagon, splashing everyone. Hey, Rambo, take it easy. You're splashing us, said Alma. I think we need to drain the water from the wagon, guys. He's waterlogged, said Spiker. Coralie held him while the others slowly tipped the wagon to drain it. Hang on. The water gushed out and left a huge puddle on the ground. There you go, buddy, all set, said Spiker. They sat for a while, had their snack, and dried off a bit in the hot sun. This was the perfect day to come to the splash park, said Rachel. The weather couldn't have been better. The forecast calls for temps around 90 degrees, and it definitely felt like it. Anyone for another lickable? Asked Magic. I don't think so. We are stuffed, said Coralie. How was your little soup, Ramsey? Asked Alma. It was yummy. It was my favorite, chicken and butternut squash. And that's true. Next, they decided to lay towels out and sunbathe for a little while since the hot sun made them a little tired. Yawn. I need a nap, said Rachel. Yeah, me too, said Spiker. The only one who seemed like he didn't need a nap was Ramsey. He was still bouncing around in the wagon. Why don't we all just take a quick cat nap, said Rachel. They lay back on their towels and closed their eyes as the sun beat down on them. After about a half hour, They awoke feeling refreshed and ready for more. Come on, guys, let's hit the sprinklers one more time before we go, said Magic. Does anyone know what time it is? Asked Coralie. We can't be late getting back home. I don't know, said Magic. Let me check the clock in the truck. Magic zoomed to the truck, climbed in, turned the key. When the clock lit up, it said 3:15. Good, we still have some time, he said. He jumped out and went back to the others and said, it's 3:15, so we have another hour or so. Do you want to go to the playground or back to the sprinklers? Asked Magic. They all thought about it and agreed they wanted to go back to the sprinklers. Okay, guys, let's leave the towels here in the sun to dry so they won't be wet later, said Rachel. They headed back to the sprinklers, and Coralie suggested they play a game of Duck, Duck, Splash. Who wants to be first? She asked. I do, shouted Alma. If Ramsey is picked, who is going to pull the wagon? She asked. I will, said Walter. Ready? Alma walked around the circle, tapping. Isn't that nice how they take care of each other? Alma walked around the circle, tapping each one, saying, duck, duck, duck. When she got to Spiker, she yelled, splash! Spiker got up and chased Alma around the circle until she got to his spot. You almost caught her, said Walter. It was Spiker's turn. So he walked around the circle, duck, 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 splash! Spiker tapped Magic. He got up and zoomed around the circle trying to catch him. The game went on for another hour before Rachel spoke up and said, guys, I think we better get going. We don't want to be late. Uh-oh, said Coralie. Ramsey is laying in a pool of water again. He didn't care. He splashed around like he was swimming in the ocean. This is great, he said. We need to pour the water out of the wagon and dry him off a bit, said Magic. Coralie held him while they tipped the wagon to empty the water out. Well, guys, let's grab the towels, dry off, and head for the truck, said Rachel. Did everybody have a good time, he asked. Yeah, they all shouted. They gathered their things and started heading back. When we get to the truck, we need to get Rambo in first, said Magic. When they reached the back door, Walter and Rachel loaded him in the back seat. Spiker and Magic helped the girls into the truck while Walter and Rachel loaded the wagon in the back. Is everybody all set? Asked Magic. Yes, they shouted. What about our bathing suits? We don't want to get Mama Jackie's seats wet, said Coralie. I guess we should take them off and put them in the wagon so they can dry on the way home, said Rachel. They all helped each other take them off. Coralie said, you looked handsome in your red Speedos, Ramsey. I've got a cute tiny hiney, I've got a cute tiny hiney, he said, all proud and shaking his head with glee. Oh boy, Rambo, you are quite the stud muffin, said Spiker. You always have the ladies around you. Ramsey grinned ear to ear. The clock said 4:35, and it was time to head back to FFRC. Magic turned the key and waited for the engine to start. Okay,
This one.
Coralie, brakes, please. Magic shifted the truck into drive. Gas, please. Coralie gently pressed the gas pedal, and the truck slowly started rolling forward. They headed out of the parking lot and towards the main road. Brakes, please. Magic looked both ways and then turned right onto Power Dam Road. And that is correct. Everyone was exhausted from the hot sun, but they had a great time. When we get back, we need to park the truck and make sure no one is around, said Magic. When the coast is clear, Rachel, you and Walter need to get the wagon so we can get Ramsey back inside. Coralie, you and Elma can take the leftover lickables and head for the front office door. And Spiker, you carry the bathing suits and towels. Any questions? Asked Magic. Nope, we are all set, they said. Hey, let's go get some KFC, said Coralie. What's KFC? Asked Spiker. It's kickin' flippin' chicken, she said. Hold it, guys, never mind. The kickin' flippin' chicken we need to get back for dinner, said Rachel. Geez, Coralie, you and your chicken, said Spiker. It helps me keep my girlish figure, she said. Here we go, guys, we're back. Magic put his signal on and said, brakes, please. He turned in the parking lot and rode slowly up to where the truck was originally parked. Brakes. He put it in park and turned off the engine. They took a minute to get themselves together when all of a sudden one of the volunteers came out the main area door. "Hit the deck!" shouted Magic. They all dropped out of sight while the volunteer walked to the barn. "Phew, that was close," said Rachel. "We need to work quickly, guys. Are you ready? Let's go." The doors flew open and they jumped out of the truck, scrambling to do their part. Walter and Rachel went to get the wagon while the others towards the front office door. Magic jumped in the back seat so he could help get Ramsey into the wagon. "Ready, Rambo?" They picked him up and gently lowered him down and headed for the door. Magic made sure the truck was locked and followed the others. When they made it inside, they all breathed a sigh of relief. "Phew, we made it. Okay, guys, I am going to go out front and do more magic while we get Ramsey settled and put everything back." He zoomed out front to the front area and over to one of the volunteers to get their attention. "Magic," the volunteer said, all surprised. "Where have you been?" He swallowed hard and had to think quick on his feet. I was hiding in a cool place taking a nap," he said. The volunteer seemed satisfied with his answer and bent over to pick him up. Meanwhile, Corley gave the paws up signal that the coast was clear. So Walter and Rachel unloaded Ramsey onto a blanket on the floor in the kitty cabana room. Spiker ran to the front office so he could help get the wagon out and back to the barn, while Alma took the towels and bathing suits and gave them to Walter to leave the wagon to dry so they could put them away later without anyone knowing. When Walter returned, they all headed to the main area for dinner. One of the volunteers went to get Ramsey and commented that his butt was a little wet. She thought maybe he had an accident, but when he looked, there was nothing there. That's strange," she said. Ramsey just bopped around in her arms. The volunteer looked at him and said jokingly, "If I didn't know better, it's like you went swimming." He just looked at her with that cute baby boy face. After thinking a moment, she smiled and said, "Nah, that's not possible." She took him out to the main area to join the others. They all looked at each other with big smiles, knowing that they pulled it off. After dinner, they just hung out and quietly talked about the fun they had and how they almost got busted from Ramsey's being wet. Rachel said, "Well, guys, it was the best day ever. And the way I see it, we can do magic together." The end. And the back of my shirt, can you see it in the cam?
Yes.
Yeah. And what does it say?
Hmm?
What does it say?
Together we can do magic.
Together we can do magic. So that was awesome, Cindy. You were awesome writer. I loved this story.
Rachel liked it too. He woke up and
Rachel,
everything.
hey, Rachel, you were a star. You were a star, dude. He says, "I know it. I know how to plan these things."
Well, he went to college, so.
Yes, he went to college, BGSTU.
What does that stand for?
Big guys, sure to understudy. I don't know.
Well, that's where you learn to write, so you could be the
Yeah,
official scribe.
Yeah, so you're the scribe. We love you. So the cool thing is also, not for the February, yeah, thank you, Flyman, Flymon. Hey, Cindy, there you are. There's Cindy, our author. So the cool thing is, not for this month, February, because we have this fundraiser already planned, and you're going to love it. I think it's different from any others that we've had. But for the one in March, part of that fundraiser will be a book. Not this book. Well, it could be this book, but it'll be a brand new one that hasn't been opened. A T-shirt and a T-shirt just like this, with magic on the back. Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't get to go swimming, did you? So that will be an item for one of our things for the fundraiser. So Cindy, this was cool. Thank you. And then we'll read the a Valentine story on Friday. Yeah.
Rachel, does that feel good?
All right. Well, let me put a couple things away, and then we have a surprise for you. And Cindy, I love the song. See, this is what the song was. She thought of everything. Yes. Sonia says Pania is okay. Because she would have been worried about getting her flakes soggy.
Yeah.
Must
They
not.
they smell bad enough when they're not soggy.
Must not have soggy flakes. Yeah. All right. Well, let me stick this. I think that's it. And so just remember, the March one will have this storybook.
Have your dinner.
And you'll be able to try to get that. And a t-shirt goes with it. Okay, give me half a minute. And hang on to your oohs and ahs. Pania, you're just the best. Oh, she says, but you come back to everybody.
Rachel. This is it, okay? No more. Wanna try this? Huh? Wanna try this? No? Okay.
Oh, what was her birthday? Do you remember what her birthday was?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. New Year's Eve. Is that? Oh, that's my kid again. Okay, he's got to have his meds too tonight. Guess what we have? This is our baby pouch holder too, remember? This is our baby pouch holder. Happy birthday, Dutchie.
Happy birthday.
So looky what we've got. We got some babies. I think Beth's gonna help us hold in a minute. These guys came in. Unfortunately, Mommy was killed on the road. And, well, not just kitty jabber, but kitties. So Mama, unfortunately, was killed on the road, and they asked us if we would take these guys. The lady that brought them in, they're fairly healthy. They have a little eye gunk going on, and they had fleas. But she had said that they were 7 weeks old, but one of them weighed only 11 ounces, too tiny. And then the other one was 15 ounces, I believe it was. But today their appetites are exploding. So we'll show you. We'll have Auntie Beth hold a couple here. This one's the teeniest one.
Yeah.
It's a boy.
This is the little boy. He's a little tiger white with white feet.
He is really tiny.
Today he's 13 ounces and a half.
Yeah.
No, 13.4.
13.4. So he's doing really
Yeah.
well. Tomorrow we'll weigh him again in the morning, and I know that they will have gained some more. I know, poor Mama. But the good thing is they have one other cat at home, and she's bringing that cat in to be neutered on our next neuter day. So that's good. Okay, then this one is the other orange and white one. This is a boy.
And he's the biggie.
Him's the big tank. Yep, you stay in there, little twerp. They don't have names yet.
And the mouthiest.
And look at this.
He's
Has
a
some
tiger,
little,
and I think, he's
a little bit
a little
furry,
fuzzier. They just ate, so they're,
Sleepy.
he's a little bit of a fuzzy butt.
And that one's a boy also. There you go. Little black one with white.
I'm trying to see.
Yep.
This is the boy, and he's a little inky with a white locket
Here.
and a white tummy.
Oh, and they all still have some blue eyes.
Yes, everybody has one here. Come
So, and he's a boy.
here.
Wait, we got to
Yeah.
trim their nails tomorrow.
There.
Stay there, you two little munchkins.
Yeah. Show him that pretty face. Show him that pretty face. This one's a snuggler.
And then this one is the last one. We have 4. And this one's the little girl. This is the only sissy of the bunch. And she does not have any white.
She has,
Well,
she actually, no,
yeah, she
no
has
spots.
little-
Well, she's got some on her chest too
Yeah.
now, but
And here
now that she's
on her
clean.
tummy, yeah, now that she's clean, she has some little wisps of white. Yes, definitely they have claws. Yeah, so 3 boys, 1 girl, and hopefully I'll have time tomorrow to get them name, each of them a name. So this is the early litter bunch. Huh. Meow. So these guys are being kept in the back thumper's room in the double condo. And this morning they pottied in their litter box.
And,
so cute.
and Pawpaw is back there babysitting.
Yeah,
He couldn't
Pawpaw's there.
stand it that there were kittens back there. He's been trying to get back there all day, so we opened the door a little bit. And he's sitting up on one of the towers that's back there just watching them.
Yeah, he can't wait. We're going to give them their Bordetella vaccine. How about we do that?
Yeah.
Do you have time? Oh, gosh, it's 5 till 6 already. And, oh, you're okay. And then tomorrow they can come down on the floor for a little bit so Pawpaw can see them. And they do have a purple mama. Do you want to tell them what you told me about the purple mama?
He's finished eating and feeding them and put them in. They were over. They think the litter box is a combination potty and sandbox. So they all have to get in there at once, and some of them are playing and some of them are trying to go potty. But in the other side of the condo was a purple mama. I just put the purr on, And I mean, it wasn't 20 seconds and all 4 of them were over there cuddled around it. So it was really
sweet?
cute.
I love that. So when we go in there, we turn the purple mama on. All right, we're gonna take them back and give them their vaccine. You guys gotta have something in your nose. Hey, and just in case you hear Mucky coughing, he does have it's a dry cough, but it's rather deep. We have him on, he's on 2 antibiotics, so it's okay. He's okay. And I believe Mucky's gonna be adopted on Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, there's one, there you are, all 4.
I'm getting sad on.
Come on, let's take you back, babes. That's enough. All right. So happy kitties now, everybody.
Rachel's behind you, so.
Okay.
That was a short winter break.
A short break. Yeah, we've had
It's a
kitties.
good thing we're running out of kitties.
Yeah, we are. Hope I'll be back for you in a few.
I don't think Hopi cares.
No, I don't either. I don't either.